Hello Year 3, this is your English video for Thursday the 21st of January. Now today what we're going to do, we're going to carry on thinking and identifying those thoughts and those feelings of our character that we thought about the other day. Now we've got below, we've got the thought bubble and the heart, just as we did the other day. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a look at the sections that we are going to be writing about. Now we did the first three the other day. You should be able to see them here now. We did the first three the other day. We're going to be doing the final two. So let's look at this one. So Stanley and Flig look at all the recyclable materials around the cave, and Stanley has an idea. Stanley and Flig use, cut and sort out the recyclable materials so that Flig has cutlery and plates and bowls to eat from. So what we're going to do, we're going to go all the way back to our thought bubble. And what we're going to be thinking about is what the character, Stanley, is thinking. So let's get writing now. So he's thinking that he wants to help Flig. So Flig. I want to help Flig. Okay, that's one of his other first ideas. Another idea, he might be thinking, what can we build from these materials? So what can we build from these over a little bit. Another idea is that he could be thinking, how can we stick these together to make it work? So maybe, what can we use to stick everything together? So I'm just going to move these about a little bit so that we can clearly identify them. There we go. Let's put that one over there. Okay, so we're going to go down to the heart and think about how he's feeling now, how my character Stanley is feeling. Now, remember, you might be doing Emily, and that's absolutely right. You write about Emily on this bit. So how they might be feeling. He might be feeling a little bit nervous because he's not quite sure of what the outcome is going to be. He might be thinking really, really carefully. So he might be being really thoughtful about what he's doing. So thoughtful. He might be a little bit worried because he might need to use tools to create all these different things. And he might be thinking, I'm not old enough to use these tools. I might hurt myself. I might hurt Flig. So worried. Another word that goes with worried, though, that we use quite a lot in class when discussing feelings is anxious. So I'm just going to put those four thoughts, those four feelings there. I'd like you to think of lots more if you can. Write them all in your first heart for your fourth section of the story. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to go back to the page of the planning. So you should be able to see it now. And it says, Stanley heads home after a day of inventing with Flig. Stanley is exhausted. So remember that's one of the feelings that I can write in my next heart. His Auntie Susan is cooking tea, so he might be feeling hungry, and asks where he has been all day long. Stanley tells his Auntie Susan where he has been, but she doesn't believe him and thinks he has an imaginary friend. So what I'm going to do, whilst those feelings are in my head, remember it is both the exhausted and he might be feeling hungry. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go all the way back to my heart, but this is section 4. I'm going to scroll further down and I'm going to do section 5. So he is feeling exhausted. He might be feeling hungry. Sometimes when Miss Dunn's hungry and she's not had anything to eat for a while, she might be feeling quite irritable. Okay. He might be a little bit cross because nobody's believing him. Auntie Susan thinks that he's not telling the truth. She might think that he's got an imaginary friend, but we can think of a better word for cross. So I'm going to get rid of that and I'm going to write angry. Another word along those lines is stressed. He might be fed up of trying to tell everyone what has gone on and nobody believing him. So I'm going to leave that section now. I'm going to go back to the thoughts. You can do it in whatever order you feel is best, depending on your thoughts, because you might really, really want to write them down super quick. So let's move to the thought bubble. So what is Stanley thinking about? So he might be thinking, how long is it going to take for me to get back home? You might be thinking, I really don't want to walk all this way after I've been out all day. So that could be one of his thoughts. He might be thinking, I wonder what is 40. Now, Miss Dunn thinks that every single night. I wonder what is 40. Something else he could be thinking is, why does Auntie Susan not believe me? So why does Auntie Susan not believe me? Now, you need to remember, when you are writing character names, that they have a capital letter, because they are a noun, aren't they? So you need to make sure that they all have capital letters. One more thing that we could think of is, oh, this is a good one. When will I be able to see Flig again? When will I be able to see Flig again? And that's a question, so I'm going to make sure I've included my question mark there. I'm just going to shrink it down a little bit just so that I can fit it on. There we go. So that is what you're going to be doing today. You're going to be doing your thought bubbles and your feeling cards for the final 2 sections of your planning plot. Once you've done it, please send me a photo on Class Dojo, but also equally important, please make sure you keep these papers safe, because they are going to be used next week when we write our final chapter. Ah, how exciting. I can't wait to see them. Thank you, Year 3, and I'll see you soon. Bye.